in Bangladesh. He has served as an expert in the Academic Council of MHRD, National Resource Centre, Department of Education, Central University of Kerala. He has also served as external member in the advisory committee of the School of Education.
मैम आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो गई मैम.
The network issue there, I think.
Of topics. Moreover, he has published a number of research papers and articles in journals and magazines of national and international reputation. He has also published 2 books, Reciprocal Teaching on Reading, ESP Curriculum Development Principles and Practices. Currently, he is also working on a major research project on digital literacy and techno-pedagogical practices of higher education teachers of Tamil Nadu, funded by ICSSR. So, it's an absolute pleasure for me to formally invite you, sir, to this platform. The audience is brimming with anticipation to your insightful lecture. So, please join us, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Varsha, for your warm words of introduction. And Dr. Praveen Joshi, sir, Mr. Zaidi, Madam Faiza Abbasi, the director of the center. Right, a very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I would like to apologize to you for joining a little late. In fact, a small emergency condition, one of our faculty friends met with a small accident on the highway. So we were a little held up there. But somehow, right, so I should express my sincere apologies for that. So, dear friends, in the next 2 hours plus, Mr. Zaidi, the session will go up to 3:30, and then there will be a brief break. Am I right? Is it like that, sir? Praveen Joshi, sir?
Yes, sir. Now you can
Yes,
just
sir.
take a 5 minutes break.
No, it
Now-
can go now. Right? The session can go up to 3:30.
Yes, sir. Now in between you can take 5 minutes break.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah,
In
okay.
between 2 sessions you can take 1 5 minutes break.
Okay, okay. So we will go like this. Somewhere 2:30. It is now after 1 hour. We will take about 5 to 10 minutes at the maximum for a cup of tea or some break quickly. Because, you know, whether it is online, offline, or hybrid business, 3:30 tea is an integral component of the higher education system in our country. Okay. So if you are teaching in a college, we should have a ceremonious tea break, right, in any training program at 3:30. So what I intend to do in this 2 sessions is to take you to some insights into integration of digital technologies, tools, AI applications, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, and all these in the context of Indian education system. And I would just give me a moment. Let me share my screen, and maybe the post-T part, I will be taking you for some demos, some either directly to the online portals or through some screenshots. I would like to expose you to the use of open content, open educational resources, you know, which will be of great use to you at the very immediate level. Maybe after your summer vacation and all, you will reopen, right, for the students shortly, or the break. And it can be implemented right then, and it can be practiced. Any one of you can do that. And I will expose them to you, and I will tell you what are the technical nuances of using open content, what are the benefits that the students are going to get. All these will explain. And the post-T part will be more of demos of technologies, and maybe with a couple of question and answers, we'll wind up for the day. That is a plan of action. And can you just confirm that my screen is being shared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and it's moving also, the slides are moving,
Yes, yes.
and my audio is clear for you, fine?
Fine, sir.
Okay, right. So you see, in the NEP orientation and sensitization program, the generic theme normally is ICT in education, information and communication technologies in education. There are two ways of looking at ICT integration into teaching, learning, and evaluation. One is a kind of a theoretical understanding. Other one is some practical perspective of implementing ICT in education. So I think part two, that the second option is the expected outcome. So it is not that we understand theoretically. Ultimately, it has to be ICT integration into teaching and learning. So I think straight away we will focus on that. That is why I have changed my the theme, the topic a little different here. I have just called it as digital learning, and we will look at it from two broad perspectives. One is technology, pedagogy integration perspective, and the other one, the use of open content platforms, open educational resources, and the practice of what we call as open pedagogical models. That is the plan of action. And I'm sure all of you see a small asterisk mark that goes with that topic. Do you all see there? Yes? Any of you can unmute, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and whenever you see such asterisk mark, a small star symbol, you have to be little cautious. And what does it stand for? Any idea what does that asterisk stand for? It is there on the screen itself. You can just see, any one of you. Any idea? Somewhere in the screen itself, I have put in very small font, something like T and C apply. I hope you can now see. Can you all? Yes?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
fine. Right, okay. Yeah.
Terms
See,
and
I
conditions.
think, yeah, terms and conditions apply. Now, you know, we see this in many products, many services, advertisements, discounts, offers, many places. So what terms and conditions apply? When we talk about technology integration, virtual learning, online learning, multimedia-based learning in an Indian context. You see, India is a huge country. It has huge imbalances in social, political, economic, and cultural lives of people. So in such context, when we talk about technology integration, what are the important things we should keep in mind? One, see, when we talk about the powers of technologies in enhancing learning, by no means we are here to underestimate the role of a human teacher. We are not underplaying the role of a human teacher at all when we talk about technologies. It should not be misconstrued that way. You know, because the strong belief here is teachers have a very clear role, a very indispensable role, and a very key role to play in the educational systems. So there is never an education system without an active participation of a teacher. So that is no doubt. Point one. The second point is, see, when we talk about digital education, we will essentially talk about some technologies, some platforms, some resources, some services, and some tools, and some applications, apps, the so-called APPs, apps. But again, we don't look at any of these technologies, gadgets, platforms, and applications as a kind of a replacement for the human teacher. Oh, we don't take it that way at all. Because again, the strong belief is no technology can ever replace a human teacher. You agree with that point, Dr. Melvin? Any of you, please?
Yes,
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 sir. Yes, sir.
definitely.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So when Dr. Varsha says very emphatically, yes, we do agree with that. No technologies can replace human teachers. Please understand, my dear friends, in the context of 21st century models of education, the discussion, the comparison is not something like a teacher versus technology. No. The discussion, the comparison is something beyond that. It is something like a teacher with the technology versus a teacher without technology. On one side, you have a teacher with the technology. The other side, you have a teacher without technology. A teacher who accepts technology into the professional life versus a teacher who rejects technology from the professional life. Sooner, very much in the Indian higher education context, we will see teachers without technologies slowly getting replaced by teachers with the technologies. A teacher who refuses technology may not be in a position to continue, and a teacher with the technology will be coming in and replacing a teacher without technology. Right? That is what is the point I would like to highlight, a second one. And the third thing is, no doubt, right? We know, we realize, and we understand that there are downsides to technology. I am not here to present to you a rosy picture of all good things about technology and avoid talking anything about the negative impacts. All technologies have good sides and they have negative sides. A matchbox can brighten up a room by lighting a candle or a lamp. And the same matchbox can bring down the whole building, right? It's possible. But we don't avoid using the matchbox, and we don't advise people to avoid it. We tell people, come on, be careful, right? This is matchbox. There is a possibility of a fire. So that is what is the kind of an attitude we should be taking towards technology integration into teaching, learning, and evaluation. So we have to guide our boys and girls, telling them what is good about it and what is not so good about it. So that is what is the important thing I would like to share with you. And the third thing I wanted to share with you, and most important aspect of this is the how learning can be enhanced, right? How learning can become more interactive, more participatory, more engaging, more meaningful, more joyful, with the technologies readily available to us. That is what we are going to talk about. Please understand. So, how will we achieve more interactivity, more participation, more higher levels of engagement with the content available, with resources available, with learning materials available for free? So that is what I will focus after the T, the open content OER. So please understand, my dear friends, these words are equally important in the face-to-face mode also. Please don't think that they're specific to online learning. For instance, I think Dr. Varsha is a teacher of English. So when Dr. Varsha gets into a classroom for handling a session on English grammar, there is a 1 hour session. Dr. Varsha is getting in. There are some 35 boys and girls sitting there. What is the job expected of Dr. Varsha here? Is she going there to talk to 35, 40 human bodies, or she is going there to interact with 45 minds in the 1 hour? Yeah. So that is a question. So you see, right? Maybe Dr. Varsha is getting into the classroom only to interact with human minds. But the question is, can all the teachers be interactive with all the learners all the time? Dr. B.C. Shah, can you mute your mic, please? Yeah. So it may be a little tough for all teachers to be interactive with all the learners all the time. But you see, sometime later I will talk about some technologies which can have highest level of interactivity with the human minds. Okay. So we will see that. Participation. I hope all of you are participating in the NEP orientation program. You are not simply attending. Am I right, Dr. Indu Tiwari? or Anurag Sharma, any one of you can unmute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I hope you're all participating. You're not
Yes, sir.
attending. You know, participation is much more than attending. Okay?
Yes,
It is receiving, reflecting, sometimes acting upon the content. So you see, one thing that you should keep in mind as a classroom teacher is there is never a possibility of any learning without participation. Every student has to essentially participate in the learning process. Otherwise, the whole system fails. Please understand that. Okay. See, I will give a small a tip to you. When is the reopening after the vacation, Praveen ji?
10 July, 11
Sure.
July.
11th July. So maybe all of you, right, will get into a classroom when the reopening happens on 10th July, 11th July. I request you to do a small activity, probably while walking back from classroom to staff room. Do a small analysis in the back of the mind. Imagine you have had 40 students. You have gone for a 1-hour session. And while walking back, do this analysis. With how many students you had direct eye contact at least 4 times in the given 1 hour, if there were 40 people. So 40 students, 1 hour class, at least 4 times direct eye contact, every time not less than 20 seconds. You may realize and you may get really surprised or sometimes shocked that you never had eye contact with some students at all in the entire 1 hour. It is possible. And some students avoided eye contact with you, right, in the entire 1 hour. You'll realize that. Okay? And you can be sure all those boys and girls who lacked eye contact with you, they were cut off from you in one way or the other.
Lucky madam, please. Rocky Kesari madam.
So, I request you, maybe after the reopening from the second day, you can make some conscious efforts to build direct eye contact with the learners. Make some conscious efforts. Okay? And you will see a remarkable change happening in what is called as classroom climate.
Rocky madam, please. Rocky Kesari madam. If someone known to her, please contact.
Or I think the technical team can mute. We are not given that option. Okay. So you can try, and even if it doesn't work out, you are not going to lose anything. Just make an attempt. It is after all your eye contact. That's all. No investments, right? No special efforts. Right? So I request you to try your hand. So now, I told you, right, how shall we enhance the engagement levels? See, dear friends, whenever I talk about the concept of engagement, I refer to the level of engagement with human minds and emotions.
Rocky madam, please. Rocky madam, can you hear me? Rocky madam, can you hear me? Please mute your mic.
903.
सर फोन लगा दो इनको
दो माइनस एक अपसेट भी है ना कॉपी मेरी है 43
एडमिन महोदय के पास भी होती है कमांड, वहीं से म्यूट कर दें सभी को.
सर टेक्निकल टीम ही तो नहीं है, दिक्कत ही.
Yeah, actually, that option of remotely muting is not possible. It's not opened up. Yeah. Anyway, so when it comes to levels of engagement in human learning, please understand, this is a very important word, engagement, in the context of pedagogies, in the context of film studies, in the context of communication studies, psychology, because these fields directly work with human minds and emotions. So I refer to the engagement levels with human minds and emotions. And whenever a discussion comes up like this, I tell people, make some small comparisons, you will understand. Look at a classroom. If the teacher goes with useful content, relevant content, meaningful content. And what is the level of engagement with human minds and emotions happening inside the class? Compare this with another scenario, another context, a theater, a cinema hall, where you find only a flat white screen, and opposite to the screen, you find 100, 200, 300 adult matured minds sitting there, not for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour like classrooms, sometimes 2.5 hours. What is the level of engagement happening with the human minds inside a theater? You make a comparison. Right? I think whenever you go to a theater, you become one with the screen. Am I right or wrong? You identify yourself with the screen, and you start believing what is happening on the screen as a reality. Every frame, you are glued to the screen. And whenever maybe there is a sorrowful scene, right, tears come to our eyes. It happens. Right? And, we know that it is all fictitious. We know that it is imaginary. We know that it is not real sorrow. People are taking money and acting. But the power of the audio-video combinations, the visual cues, and the visual communication devices, they are capable of penetrating into the human mind so strongly and occupying your mind very strongly for quite some time. Maybe when Suresh Kumar Arya is here. Are you there, sir, Suresh Kumar Arya?
जी सर.
Yeah.
I'm
So
listening.
have you ever come across a situation where you said, oh my God, I saw one film very, very horrible, right? I had a headache for 2 days, like that. Have you? Right? Yeah. And sometimes we say, oh my God, I saw one film, bro, such a lot of violence, such a lot of shooting, such a lot of bloodshed, such a lot of killing. And, I couldn't even eat properly that night. See, we know that it is all acting. It is not real blood, right, on the screen. But, the image, right, of a fresh blood splashing on the screen, that comes to your mind, and you don't feel like eating properly. You feel like vomiting sometimes. That is a kind of a psychosomatic effect that the visuals can have. So the simple idea behind this is why the same digital technologies which give people better entertainment, why they cannot give better learning. Why not we think of using the same digital technologies and the audio video combinations, the media tools, for something productive, something useful, something academic. That is what is all about ICT integration, right? We talk about multimedia in education, videos in education, AI tools in education, graphics, animation, all this in the context of education. The idea is, this is the simple. Okay. And I'm sure by now I have spoken to you for about 15-20 minutes, you would have understood what is this technology pedagogy integration all about. So when we say techno-pedagogy, it is both an art and science of, blending a variety of digital technologies and tools. See, compared with a teacher of the 1950s or 60s, you and I, we have a lot of technologies to choose. 1950s or 60s, 70s teachers, they had only one tool, and all teachers had only one tool. That is blackboard, white chalk. But today, every teacher specific to the particular subject can have different tools and technologies available. Sir, I am a teacher of English, Dr. Varsha says. Sir, I need some tools to teach my students language skills, spoken English, grammar. Somebody else says, sir, what tools Dr. Varsha is using, I cannot use, sir, because I am a teacher of mathematics and I need tools which will work with formula. Okay. And sir, I am a teacher of zoology, sir. I am math teacher's tools and English teacher's tools I cannot use. I need a different setup. Yes, everyone you have tools. Everyone you have technologies. And use of all these for what? Into the designing of learning experiences. See, it is very important. We are more into designing learning experiences. Okay. And of course, there are minor objectives. One is enrichment of the learning process, and the other one, ensuring better learning outcomes. I think outcome-based education, all of you know, I think I need not go deep into it. OBE, all capital, outcome-based education. So we know about course outcome, program-specific outcome, program educational outcomes, all this. Okay? But you know, outcomes are important. At the same time, the learning processes are equally important. The means are equally important. That's what I would say. No doubt the ends are important, but the means are equally important. And you see, this is something general. I think you know, most of you know these things. I don't want to be repetitive. These are all the terms that go with the 21st century. Please understand, my dear friends, 21 is not just a number. It's a big concept. And 21st century is a prefix now, getting to many expressions. 21st century learning, 21st century medicine, 21st century entertainment, 21st century banking, 21st century sports mechanisms, right? All this, okay? And these are terms that go with it. We call it as a computer era. See, if there are about 107 participants I see here, 106 logins. So 106 people sitting there with a laptop or a desktop PC. And if you also will have a smartphone on the table by your side, that means you are actually sitting with two computers. Your desktop PC one or your laptop PC one, and the other one is your Android platform, your Android or Apple, right, mobile phone. Because your mobile phone can outperform your desktop PC. It can outperform your laptop PC. That's why it's all computer age. And we call this as an information era. What is the significance of this term? See, this is a world literally flooded with information. Am I right or wrong? 24/7. Huge information is flowing into people's lives. And there are three dimensions to the information flow: the speed, the volume, and the channels of delivery. And all these three have undergone revolutionary changes in the recent past. So very high speed information flow happening in the world. Just as, see, sometimes on your television, you will see just in breaking news. The accident has just happened. Just a few seconds or 1 or 2 minutes after the accident, it is there on the news. Okay. Speed, okay. Volume. Such a lot of information is available. You open up a newspaper, email, websites, Instagram, WhatsApp, social media tools. All these are channels of information flow. And all these give you a lot of information. Okay. That's why it's called as an information age. And we call this as knowledge era. I'm not going deep into this idea of knowledge era. The simple reason is it is a little longer talk, maybe about the 45 minutes we have to talk about it. So I'm not going deep into it, but I will direct your attention to a writer by name Richard Riley. If you go to the web and search on Google, something like 21st century learning. Okay, that let it be the keyword. Just on Google search, you enter 21st century learning. And if you search, you will get a lot of literature. And one of the search page results will have this report, a report by Richard Riley. The document's title also is the same, 21st century learning. So it will talk a lot about knowledge age and knowledge in the knowledge age, dynamics of knowledge change happening, and a lot of things related to knowledge age, and what will be the role of a knowledge worker. You and I, the teachers, we are knowledge creators and knowledge disseminators. See, when you conduct a research, you create knowledge. And when you handle a session, you disseminate knowledge. So what will be the revised role of a knowledge worker, knowledge creator, knowledge disseminator? All these very elaborately talked. I request you to go and read. We call this as the digital era also. What is so digital? Any one of you? What is all this digital? I think there are some pictures on the screen. You can see the picture and answer. What is digital all about?
Coding, binary coding, etc., etc.
Excellent, right? That's all. You got the point. Coding and the binary, right? See, ultimately, it is all the zeros and ones, you see. See, for instance, if I'm getting a call on my mobile phone, I swipe towards red to reject a call, or I swipe towards green to accept a call. Red is rejection 0 and green is acceptance 1. That's all. And I know that the people like Dr. Varsha are here, English department faculty members. I'm also basically an English person. We will disagree with this point that, sir, digital is not all about numbers, sir, because it originates. It takes its origin from a Greek word, digitus, digitus, which means fingertips. So any of these technologies, let it be a keypad or a mouse or a touchscreen or a remote, all these are digital because you operate them with fingertips. So it is not that Dr. Varsha is right and the other person is wrong or vice versa. Both are right here. Because all these technologies are basic functionality is the binary code and they are accessed by human fingers. We will go with a simple understanding that when learners integrate these technologies and tools, what happens is digital learning. We will explore that and look at it from different perspectives. Friends, I have already given you one document, Richard Riley, 21st Century Learning. There is another document worthy of reading. It is a 13, 14-year-old document, 3 E's of the digital age education. It's a report of a project, UNESCO-funded project on Project Tomorrow. And the report talks about the power of the small e, right? Email, right? E-learning, that E, small e. And they talk about an education system which is technology enabled. Technology enabled learning is a concept. See, for instance, now, very simple, how does it enable? So we have Dr. Praveen Joshi, right? So let us say what he was unable to do some 20 years earlier, now he is able to do. And in between, what has happened is the enabling process. So I would tell you, right now, I am handling a session from Bharathidasan University, Trichy. And Trichy is the central part of Tamil Nadu, geographically central part. And some 10, 15 years back, if Dr. Faiza Abbasi has invited me for a talk to Aligarh Muslim University, there was no way that I could deliver the talk from sitting at my room. So I was unable to do that. Now I am able to do. Sitting here in my chamber, I can give a talk to Aligarh Muslim University. That is what happens in between is the enabling process. Okay. So rural learners, disadvantaged learners, first generation learners, all of them are enabled with the help of some technologies. Engagement. I already talked about human minds and emotions engagement levels. And empowerment. We call this information and communication technologies as tools of empowerment, because they are capable of empowering people to play a level playing ground, to be on equal levels, what we call as equity in education. See, I'll give a small example again. Let us say there is a student sitting at one of the most, expensive universities of the country. Okay. Student coming from a very rich family, sitting in a very, very expensive university. So the boy goes to Google and searches for something on genetic engineering. On the other hand, there is a boy coming from a very poor family, sitting in a government college, going to Google and searching for genetic engineering. Both of them will get the same result, same example, same exercise. See, technologies do not differentiate between have-nots, rich, poor, people from privileged communities, people from disadvantaged communities, nothing. So that is a kind of equity that the technologies can bring to the field of education. I request you to read this slide yourself. Kindly, all of you, read this slide yourself. So I am sure you have all gone through this quote, and at least you have skimmed through it and you got the central message of this. So this is the starting point of the chalk and talk model. The blackboard came into the education system as a tool for the professional work of the teacher. Okay. And I want you to focus on one important aspect of this. When did this happen? Any of you, please? When did the blackboard enter the classroom? Yes, please, any one of you? Yeah. Yes, sir. You have unmuted. Kindly speak. Melvin D. Kunal.
Early 19th century, 1813 is the date they mentioned.
Yeah. As you see, it is 1813. See, friends, I have a small question for your reflection. I don't want an answer. This question is meant for reflection. See, the blackboard was introduced to the teacher as a professional tool in the year 1813. Now it is 212 years gone. And what is our justification to remain happy, to remain complacent, and to remain comfortable with a 212-year-old professional tool in our work? Are we justified in it? Okay. And will we accept this if doctor or a surgeon does it? You know, we select a hospital based on one factor. That hospital is the best one here. Why here? Because it has the latest equipments. And all the people are trained in the latest equipments. So that is the basis. So they may be 1 lakh rupees plus. Their charges may be higher. But still we don't want to take risk. So we will go to that hospital. So please understand. So even a hospital is chosen based on the infrastructure, equipments, right, latest technologies available. So I see, don't think that I'm talking anything negative about the blackboard. I'm not a person to do that. But all that I want to drive home is to discuss, right, the difference between the conditions that were prevailing and now the conditions prevailing. So today in the context of education, what do we talk about? all these things and much more than this. Starting from FM radio stations, ETV networks, then I have put some certain things in red color. I hope all of you see that. MOOCs, OER, cloud-based education and other things. See, if you are a teacher with some 5 to 10 years of service ahead, you have to look at all this as a kind of a red alert on your pathways. That is what I would like to highlight here. So it is not again that we learn all this and then start using. No, not that we learn and then start using. We will learn only while using all these technologies. Massive open online courses, open educational resources, cloud-based education, cloud tools, right? Other thing. See, dear friends, I want to tell you, these terms may look a little, what to say, threatening, right? Something like cloud-based technologies and all. But I would tell you, every one of you know what a cloud is because you have a Gmail account. Gmail account is actually a Google account. And along with Gmail, you have Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Forms, Google Jamboard, Google Sites. All these are available to you. And if you start using all these for your students, then what happens is, right, this model, right, of learning. So that is what I would like to highlight. Yeah. So coming to second generation web technologies, web tools. Just 1 second. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I would always tell teachers whenever I meet in such contexts, see, don't bother about these technical terms. For instance, Web 2, Web 3, Web 4, if you know it is good, otherwise it is very good, I will tell you. Okay, don't bother about these technical terms, right? Because we get into Web 2, Web 3 as technologies progress. Okay, so that's all. So mobile applications for learning, AI, VR, AR tools, the so-called augmented reality, virtual reality, augmented reality tools, and intelligent learning environment, ultimately. See, from a learner's point of view, AI-based learning will take him to an intelligent learning environment where the student will get personalized learning experiences. Okay, so intelligent learning environments with personalized learning resources. That is the idea. And gamification, game-based learning, okay, all very important concepts. And there is a that author Thomas Merker. Don't worry, I will share with you, right, a material related to game-based learning. Very interesting area. And now, discussing things related to the new media. New media and its impact on the education system. By the way, dear friends, when we use an expression new media, it will have several shades of meaning in different fields. Okay? But we are using in a very restricted sense of referring to UGC. You know what is UGC? Here stands for, any idea? University Grants Commission, we know. right? But we are using it in the sense of user-generated content, materials. Okay? And we use it in the restricted sense of www, right? World Wide Web, as you would always say. But please understand, it is not www all the time, World Wide Web. That is a technical thing. We can even look at it as whatever, whenever, wherever. www. That is how I funnily tell people. So I request you, dear friends, you can make some small comparisons to understand these things. Materials. What was the type of learning material you were using when we were in 6th or 7th or 8th? When you were a 6th student, 7th student, how did you make use of what type of learning materials were available with you? But today, if you ask the bookseller, you will understand that the learning materials have undergone a lot of changes, lot of technology mediation. And when we talk about methods, we will have to essentially talk about two methods: the learning methods and teaching methods. And reports point to one fact, that learning methods are changing very fast. And unfortunately, teaching methods do not undergo frequent changes, do not progress to the next level. See, dear friends, I will tell you a small activity for you again. Maybe after the reopening, you can go around your own campus and observe some 20 to 30 classes where during the walk. At least if you watch 30 classes, at least 25 classes, you will see only chalk and talk business going. You will see only lecture demonstration, lecture discussion going on. You will not find any other pedagogies put into practice. So that is the kind of response. So coming to the media, see, dear friends, there is one small problem in you and I understanding the concept of media. Because, very simple thing, 1 second, sir. A simple explanation I'll give you here. You and I, we belong to a print media culture. No doubt our fathers also belong, parents also belong to a print media culture. Maybe the great grandparents would have belonged to an oral media culture. We don't have much of evidences here, but there are researchers in the field of history that show that. So media, right, right from what to say, to starting from a very, very kindergarten level to higher level, ultimately the learning media differs. Okay, so that is one of the reasons we have used this as an important pillar of the system, the 4 pillars of the system, the 4 4 iconic factors that contribute to the education system: materials, methods, media, and men. The need for men and women to undergo changes, right, is very, very important. So coming to the next thing, so the impact of the new media has resulted or has led to a simple concept like digital age pedagogy. It is called a digital age pedagogy. And So there is some small disturbance. I think the slides are not moving. I'm just again resharing. So my audio is clear to all of you know? Any one of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, there was some disruption here. It got stuck. That is why I just. Is it visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the concept like digital age pedagogy emerges because of the impact of the new media on the educational system, all its dimensions. So the digital age pedagogy, if you want to understand better, there are 4 dimensions, 4 aspects of it you should learn. And it's all very self-explanatory things. I think I'm not giving any great theories here. So the first one, digital generation of learners, we will spend 1 or 2 more minutes. So there is a digital learning environment. See, right now, I'll tell you, some of you are sitting in Kerala, Kasaragod, some of you sitting from. Yes, please. No, I think there is some. Just 1 second. I'm again. So is it now visible?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
So 1 or 2 minutes we'll spend for the learners more. Coming to digital learning environments. See, right now, I'm sitting at the mid part of Trichy, and you are sitting in different places in Uttar Pradesh or some other place. Some participants may be from other states. So we are all separated by huge distances. But there is an environment connecting all of us. Am I right? Around us, connecting all of us together, there is an invisible environment here. And that invisible environment is a digital environment. Why digital environment? Because your laptop, my laptop, your internet connection, my internet connection, Aligarh Muslim University's MMTTC connection, their Google account, all these digital technologies together will create this environment. That is why we say the learning environments are digital. Even in a case where there is a college, right, there is an institution, and inside the class, very latest technologies are brought in, then it becomes a phygital environment. PHYGITAL, phygital, because it is both physical and digital. It is a physical classroom infused with a lot of technologies, right? That is the idea. And when it comes to media, educational media, we use a hybrid expression, edutainment media. Edutainment is a hybrid term. Education, entertainment together. Why? Because television, video, graphics, multimedia, animation, gaming, all these are primarily entertainment media platforms. And we are bringing in, right, entertainment media platforms into education. So it becomes edutainment. And of course, the last one, I have put a small question mark. Do we have a new breed of teachers who can willingly learn all these technologies and who can enthusiastically integrate all these technologies? That is why the question mark. because some of the reports present a different picture. Some of the reports argue that technology integration is not very progressively happening in the educational systems, largely because of the lack of initiation from the teachers. I'm just quoting some reports. Don't think that I'm putting the blame. So that is why I think no, we have to understand digital generation of learners a little more elaborately. So I would direct your attention. So for want of time, I'm not going deep into it. I'm introducing you to one writer, Mark Prensky. He is a very celebrated writer, a great author, a thought leader. And one of the articles written by him, Digital Natives, Digital Immigrants, is a very interesting writing, very relevant to our discussion on digital generation of learners. You know what Prensky says, a simple idea. I'll just explain briefly. What he says is, any country, when it develops into next levels, it will have a period of about 7 to 10 years identified as electronic boom period, as an electronic boom period. You know what happens in an electronic boom period? The cost of the electronic gadgets will come down, and common men and women will buy a lot of electronics, digital gadgets, and use them liberally, both at home and office. Maybe in a country like India, it was somewhere 1981, 82, 83, 84, 87, 88, 89. That was the period. And what Prensky says is, more important thing is this: any child who takes birth in the country after the electronic boom, they take birth in a digital world and they grow in a digital world. So much so, they become what is called DKs, digital kids. In about 13, 14, 15 years, the so-called teenage. And their lives are deeply immersed in digital media culture. And digital immigrants are people who have taken birth in the pre-digital world before 1980 and who have migrated into a digital world. Okay, that's all. And what Prensky says further is, so the real problem is this: in a classroom, you will find 100% the boys and girls belonging to a digital native category. They all have taken birth in the digital world. Whereas more than 60% of the teachers who go there to deliver talks, they are the pre-digital period people. So the disconnect is here. Okay. So what Prensky attempts to say is very simple. See, you may be a teacher of physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, medicine, English, all this. But in addition to all these subject books, I request you to read this type of people, because you will understand a different perspective about technology integration into teaching, learning, and evaluation. Another one, backup education, the role of technology and teaching in the classroom. And I think I'm left with, it is 3:20. For after 10 minutes, we'll have a brief break. And within that, I thought I will share with you some of the ideas of Mark Prensky with all of you. I hope all of you see a funny picture on the screen. Can you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you see, this is not just for joke I have put. This carries one of the ideas of Prensky. Okay. What Prensky says is, the difference between you and your son or daughter. Okay. If you have a school-going boy or a girl at home, the difference is in terms of technology penetration, for you and I, technologies came into our life very late. And for the children at home, the small boys and girls, technologies penetrate into their life very early. That's what Prinsky says. And however hard you try, you cannot change their mindset, you cannot change their right functionality. The next one, you see how babies will be born in future? Just to be on the lighter side. See, just for the jokes I'm putting, but jokes apart, every image has got something interesting to share. Look at this technology penetration, how a young mother is doing some online activity and she is using the back of the boy or a girl, an infant on her lap, as the mouse pad. In fact, some of you senior teachers, you can do an analysis. How much of time did we take to learn double clicking in a mouse? Sometimes 2 weeks. And only after 2 weeks, we realize that the other side, there is a link. What to do with it? So this is the thing. And look at this. There is no generation gap, you see. Okay. It's all the same touchscreen generation, you see. And look at this, the Neogen alphabet, the very popular platform. The A for Apple, B for book that you and I studied is quite different. And if this is the question paper and the answer sheet from standard 3, look at the question and look at the answer. Fill in the blanks by blank sheets. Fill in the blanks, look at the item and look at the answer. I hope all of you see the laughingcolors.com, that image.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think the idea is to generate a large pool of questions from different fields. So you see how, right, I think the glaring difference the glaring difference between the thought process of a native student and a digital immigrant teacher. This boy or a girl deserves a chocolate, you see, but the teacher has marked all wrong and given a 0. See, right or wrong, the answer, that is a different ball game. But you see, the answer reflects some out-of-the-box thinking, some creative thinking, some independent thinking. Are we not supposed to recognize their abilities? I request you to think of. And of course, my talk is not about evaluation systems and all, but it's about technology. So then finally, then the teacher said, you may take notes. And look at the way. This happens to you also, no? This happens to me also. Students will say, sir, please don't worry, sir. You write on the board and leave, sir, without wiping the board. We will take copies. We will they have their own storage of knowledge. Anyway, jokes apart, my dear friends, I request all of you to read this type of people, Jukes and Anita, Alfred and Gazer, right, and Ian Gilbert. They are freely downloadable ebooks. And you can collect all this and learn from them. Very simple idea that these people altogether, the first 2 people, they says with regard to, right, the kind of treatment we will give to our digital generation students. See, Sir was mentioning that the reopening will be on July 10th or July 11th. So July 10th, when the reopening happens, you may forget things that we have talked here in the FTP. It is possible in this NEP program. But only one thing you try to consciously remember there. You go there and after taking the bill, naturally there will be a question, right? And you can tell, right? So I am so and so. And that is how it goes. What is important here is understanding the first generation. So I told you, when you get into a classroom, one thing you must remember, always have in your mind is a fixed idea that the boys and girls sitting in front of me, they belong to a first generation of digital natives. If that thought is there consciously in your mind, I think you will start doing something into technology mediation, use of AI portals, this and that. I'll talk about these AI portals, open tools and other things in the due course. Look at this Ian Gilbert's book, Why Do I Need a Teacher When I've Got Google? So when there is already Google, why there is Guru? Am I right? That is the thought process. But the book looks a little negative in its title. The book is a very positive book where chapters contain some solid arguments as to why a teacher is needed in spite of Google, even though Google is there. That is the idea. And this is the kind of the digital learning environments that are emerging. No institution is away from the learner in terms of physical distances. All institutions are only a click away. At the click, see, 210 or 212, I wanted to log into Aligarh Muslim University. It is like literally getting into a classroom. So I come to Aligarh Muslim University, click open HRDC, further take in, come in, further go to RC program. Then there is a hall, RC commerce going on, another one social science going on. So I choose all that and come into this. Okay. So that is the way, right, the spreads come.
Hello. 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 Sound. Sir, sound is not coming.
Wait,
Hello.
madam. Wait.
Okay.
AI is disconnected. Say break for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we will rejoin.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Zaidi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Right. No, just there was some disruption again in the line. Do we take a quick break here?
Yes, sir. So you can continue.
Yeah. Maybe we'll take a break for about 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I will connect another device for the internet. There is some disruption continuously here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Right. So we will take a quick break.
I request to all participants, please rejoin. All participants, please rejoin the link.
So we can resume slowly, sir.
Sir, please go ahead.
Okay. In between, I wanted to switch over to a different network because it was giving some trouble in between.
Okay, sir.
So, friends, we will go ahead with our discussion. So, what I would, in fact, my talking part is almost over. I have to present to you some of the open content platforms, open educational resources, some AI tools, right? So that you will understand how digital learning can be promoted in your students, among your students, without much of expenditure, I would like to say. I would come to that and I'll explain to you. See, I was talking to you about earlier about Bloom's taxonomy, the lower order skills and higher order skills. And again, if you look at technologies from the point of view of the Bloom's taxonomy, again, lower order skills and higher order skills. I think, sir, can anyone unmute and tell me whether this outcome-based education is in practice there, OBE? Any one of you, please, can you? Can any one of you unmute and tell me whether this OBE, outcome-based education, is in practice there, or the institution wherever you're working? Praveen sir or Sandeep Kumar, anyone please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think the participants know about Bloom's taxonomy. That is what I would like to confirm. So this is again a range of technologies, tools, and applications connected to the Bloom's taxonomy, mapped to that. But you see, I'm not going to talk about any of these things, only in a kind of a workshop mode. If there is some demo and hands-on sessions like that, no doubt we can train you. But all that I want to tell you, any of these technologies, every one of you can master in a span of about 8 to 10 days. You know how? Very simple. You have lots and lots of tutorials readily available. For instance, let me say, you want to learn how to work with a platform like Prezi. There is a platform, PREZI. There is another platform, VoiceThread. There is another platform, Glogster. There is a platform, Wikispaces. You want to know or you want to learn how to work with VoiceThread. You can just get tutorials for VoiceThread platform. So you can watch the tutorial, you can listen to the tutorial and do the work activity. That is what is the objective. That is what is the way in which it can happen. So now, I was telling you that the last part of the discussion is about the digital age teacher. So you and I, as digital era teachers, what we are supposed to be doing. Already I talked to you, right? This part, an orchestrator of learning and not a dispenser of information. A plus B whole square, what it is, the first Panipat War, who was the winner, who was the loser, this salt at this temperature, what color it looks. All these are bits and pieces of information which Google can take care, which Bing platform can take care, which ChatGPT can take care. There is no need for human teachers to do this. A human teacher will have to guide the students into their learning. We already saw that. And this is, we have to change our relationships from soloist to accompanist. So nobody can be a solo singer here. Nobody can be an island of knowledge. All of us, right, are like orchestra singers. You know, in an orchestra, around you, in a music performance, around you, you will find a lot of people. One person on the flute, another person on the tabla, another person on the keyboard, another person on the violin. All of them play the music. And you have to sing in tune with the music. That is exactly the condition of 21st century teachers. Okay. So there are radio channels, there are television channels, there are video channels, there are learning management systems, there are mobile applications, there are AI tools. All these are available for facilitating learning. And we are also getting into the classroom with an objective of facilitating learning. So in this context, I think we have to realign our pedagogies. We have to know how to recast our roles and how to revisit our pedagogies so that we will become relevant teachers. We will become teachers with relevance to the context and the target group. Please understand, it is all about relevance. Are we relevant to the target group we are handling? Are we relevant to the context in which we are teaching? What is the fun in continuing with the 20-year-old methods of teaching? Because now we have AI, now we have ChatGPT, now you have DeepSeek. Now they have plenty of learning resources available. So now also we continue with that, right? That is a question. And please understand, digital age teacher is a networked teacher. All teachers have to essentially network, have to join hands, have to collaborate with technologies. No teacher can escape from technology integration. Every teacher has to work closely connected with technologies, platforms, tools, gadgets, right? No other way. And please understand that through networking, right, we can get plenty of things done by technologies. And technologies can give us a lot of freedom. And of course, freedom means responsibility also. So that is the point that we will have to keep in mind. And all that I want to highlight here before I wind up this part, and it is about 3:55, maybe another 50 minutes or so I will take, around 1 hour I'll take to present to you the open platforms and open education. Open educational resources, so that, and if time permits, we'll see a couple of AI tools. What is important here is mastering some ICT skills and utilizing ICT for creating a new learning culture. You see, a new learning culture can be developed or can be created only by a classroom teacher. Principal, registrar, vice chancellor, they cannot make it. Please understand. Let me give a small example to you. Right here, maybe we have Dr. Somebody here. Can I add Ankita Thakur? Are you there, madam? Or Dr. Sheetal is there?
Yes, sir. Dr. Ankita Thakur, I am here.
Ankita Thakur, madam, what do you teach? What's the
Political
subject?
science, sir.
Okay. So we funnily say that some universities have political science departments. And on the other hand, every university department has a political science department within it.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Like that we used to funnily say. So let us say Dr. Ankita Thakur is here as a teacher of political science. Maybe after this NEP training program, NEP orientation, when the reopening happens, she goes to the college and announces to the students, dear boys and girls, please make note, I am not the same old teacher Ankita. I am a transformed teacher now. and I have undergone some training, and I would like to implement some new innovations, new experiments like that. What is the innovation? What is the experiment? Simple, right? So maybe she announces to the students that, you see, I will go ahead with my political science teaching. In our conventional model, chalk and talk model is there, lecture discussion, lecture demonstration. But in addition to my conventional classroom teaching, every day I will give you 2 interesting websites where you can watch videos, multimedia content related to the topics I am giving. So maybe she is handling a session to the students on some aspect of comparative political systems in the world. And, she identifies a good video platform or a good website where there is an interesting video related to the political systems of the other countries. And she gives the students. That will start a new learning culture. I'll tell you how. Maybe today she gives 2 websites, tomorrow 2, next day 2, next day 2, it keeps going. And maybe after 10 days, Dr. Ankita will realize that students have started going to the websites, because all the students who have gone to the websites will come and talk to her voluntarily. They will come and tell her, Madam, please, Madam, Ankita, Madam, yesterday you gave one website, no, Madam, that's a very good website, Madam. It was a very interesting video, I enjoyed. And sometimes they will come and say, Madam, Ankita, Madam, yesterday you gave one site, Madam, that link is not opening, Madam. Can you just find out whether it's a right link, please? Somebody will come and say, Madam, yesterday you mentioned about one video in a site, Madam, but in the same site, there is another video, Madam, that is more interesting. You go and see. Okay. So that is what will happen. And slowly it will catch up. And this other students will start seeing, oh, what is this here? Ankita Madam is giving some websites and they're watching videos and they're discussing the video content in the class. What is this? Okay. And slowly they start going. Maybe Dr. Ankita continues this 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days. After 30 days, 31st day, she wants to leave the class without giving websites. Okay. And immediately the students will raise their hand and say, Madam, today's website, please. Madam, please, you have forgotten to give them a website, ma. Please, can you give me the sites for the day? Because 30 days of giving every day two websites becomes a culture. And after all, what we repeatedly practice becomes a culture. And when Ankita does it, it becomes her class learning culture. And when the entire political science department does, it becomes a departmental learning culture. If the entire institution does, it becomes an institutional learning culture. And the people in the neighborhood will speak, hey, come on, yeah, that college, they are having something interesting this year happening. Every teacher gives some websites. And maybe if the boy attends 5 classes, 5 into 2, 10 websites, the boy gets. And the girl gets 10 websites. They come home and keep watching the 10 websites. So every evening, they are there on academic websites. So web-based learning starts. This is the way we build cultures. Okay. So now, Ankita wants to give 2 websites every day. That means the previous day evening, she has to visit 20 websites. Only then she will identify 2 websites relevant for that particular class, that particular set of boys and girls. That is why, my dear friends, UNESCO says in one of the reports, the amount of time spent by the teachers for the sake of students outside the class is more important than the time spent inside the class. I hope you are getting the point. The time spent by the teachers for the sake of the students outside the class is going to be more important than the time spent inside the class. Okay. So now we need content. We need video platforms. We need resource platforms. Where do we go? Right? That is where open content platforms come. I'll take you to these portals. See, have I made myself clear to you all, right,
Yes,
with
sir.
regard to technology integration and other things?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now what I will do is the upcoming 1 hour will be more on open content portals, open educational resources. And what I'll do is maybe, yeah. Are you seeing a PDF on the screen?
Yes, sir.
See, what I'll do, I will share with Mr. Zaidi and our technical team at Aligarh Muslim University, MMTTC. And this list will come to you. These are the open source platforms, okay, and web resources for effective learning, teaching, and evaluation. So I have categorized them, some 10 websites for ebooks, or some 10 books as audio books, blogs, podcasts, wikis, video lessons, virtual laboratories, digital libraries, MOOC platforms, testing and evaluation tools, our Indian initiatives, all this. These are all the Indian initiatives. So what I'll do in each category, maybe I will talk about one for just initiating you into the process of using open content platforms. Okay, so we will discuss this briefly, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and go to the demo. See, OER, in this phrase, in this expression, the words open and resources have to be little deeply understood. Resources is a kind of a blanket term. It is a kind of an umbrella term under which many things related to teaching, learning, and evaluation will come. Lecture notes, PPTs, videos, practice tests, quizzes, all these will come. Okay, software, right? Analytics platforms, all these will come. And when it is open, the term open, here please understand, this is not a simple word, this is a term. The term open refers to whatever digital electronic resources which are available to you for free. No money, no payment, no registration. It is just open. So free means free for what? Free for downloading, free for using, free for sharing, free for editing and modifying, and free for redistributing. All these 5 freedoms are given to you with open content. And which are open content? Content available in public domain and content available with open license. See, I'll give an example here. Dr. Ankita is a political scientist. Let us say she is buying a book in the market. Local governance in India, Panchayat Raj system, local governance in India. That book is some 600, 700 rupees. And you know, the book, the chapter 2, 3 are very good for her students. So can she give the book to the students, all the 40 students in her class, and ask all of them, you photocopy chapter 2 and 3. It will be useful for your exam. Can she do that? If you ask a question, no. She cannot do it, because normally any proprietary books which you get with the help of making a payment, they will be having a copyright over it. Have you seen in a book inside inside the inner first page, have you seen a symbol, right? A capital C symbol with a round over it? Have you seen that anywhere? Have you seen that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See,
Yes,
for
sir.
instance, I see here a book on Viva Books. Copyright Viva Books Private Limited, it says. Okay. So you see, what is the meaning of that? That means the particular publishing company holds the ownership over the intellectual property. Okay. The content of the book is an intellectual property. So the rights are with the publishing company, which means Dr. Ankita cannot simply photocopy 40 copies, 40 sets of chapter 2 and 3 without getting the permission. And when I say capital C with a round over it, I should introduce to you another symbol. Have you seen this symbol? Two small C's with a round over it. Yes. Have somebody seen that? Has somebody seen such symbols?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The meaning of these two small C's with the round over is very simple. This is content with Creative Commons license, which means the content is an open content. The content is free content. Anybody can download, use, share, edit, modify, redistribute all this. Please understand, the idea behind open educational resources is this. I hope you know these two people. You can at least guess. Their philosophy is this. Every person under the sun should have free access to all the knowledge in the world. That is their motto. That is their objective. That is their philosophy. Any guess? Any guess who are these fellows? Any guess? See, one of their services every day probably some of you are using and our students are using. Yes. Now at least guessing possible?
Wikipedia?
Yes, exactly. That's excellent. So you see, they are the founders of Wikipedia. Okay. And who are they? Which country they are from? All this you can find on Wikipedia itself. The idea of open education systems is this. And when we talk about the Creative Commons licensing, please understand these color codes and these symbols, CC by SA, CC by ND, CC by NC, all these you must know. Without knowing, if you download some paper from online journal, some Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, okay, and just liberally use it in your article, your research papers, you will be caught somewhere. Please understand. You will be really into trouble. So you should know how you can handle the electronic content. Where is the permission? Where the permission is not given. Where there is permission given with a request, with a condition of citation. All this you should remember. So maybe you can take a screenshot of this. So these are all the different types of OER available and plenty of resources, different categories available. So each category we will see one or two quickly. It's about 4:10 now. Maybe I will take another 45 minutes for that, around 4:45. I will come to the end of it and we can have some interaction and questions, answers. If there is anything, we'll take up. So now, don't worry about making note of the URLs and all, because URLs you cannot write properly. It may be a problem. Just like that I'm speaking, you cannot make note. That is why I told you I will share that link. That entire 2-page list will come to you. One of the most important OER portals is this portal, oercommons.org. Okay, this is actually a part of the Creative Commons platform, and this is a public digital library of open educational resources. And in my view, this is a very huge learning resource platform. Maybe several thousand, several lakh documents, images, videos, plenty you will get right on the portal OER Commons, a platform which you cannot afford to miss. That is how I look at it. And the next big OER portal I would like to highlight is Library of Congress. Library of Congress is the American government's public digital library. It is accessible to all. It is not restricted to Americans. And purposefully, I have opened up the drop-down menu because you will see the difference compared with a brick and mortar library and a digital library. An online digital virtual library compared with a physical structure, right? You will find materials related to all these audio recordings, books and printed materials, films and videos, legislations, manuscripts, maps, music, newspapers, periodicals, photos, prints, drawings, software, web archives, web pages, 3D objects. All these you will have. This is again a huge library, and it may take one full day if Dr. Ankita goes there and searches for political science related content. Maybe the amount of content available will take her at least half a day to see, oh, this is there, this is there, this is there. And this I can give to my students. This I can share with my PG students. This I can share with my UG students. That will come later. But even seeing will take half a day. Okay? And look at this Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg is an e-book project. And this is the first e-book project of the world. So naturally a big collection they have, and continuously they keep updating. Now earlier it was only text-based books they were putting. But now we have other electronic versions, right? E-books, animated textbooks. There will be a book will open, electronic file, a PDF file. The text content will be there. Maybe if there is a description about photosynthesis, at the end of the description, there will be a box, something like a video window. If they click open, an animation will play there itself. In the same page, animation will happen. So what they have read in the text file, they can see here as an animation happening. So that way animated textbooks, all these are coming up. And this is a beautiful platform, learnoutloud.com, right, for audio books. So you see here, learnoutloud.com is your destination for audio video learning. So over 50,000 educational audio books, podcasts, and videos. And these two menus will give you free of cost all these contents. And look at this, you will have audio books available in all these topics: arts, entertainment, biography, business, education, history, language, literature, philosophy, politics, science, social science, sports, hobby, all this. Okay. And by the way, what can be an audio book? Anyone, please? Any idea? Are you getting what an audio book is? Yes, any one of you? Yeah, anyone, please? Pranjal Chakravarti or Melvin G. Yes, please, anyone.
We can listen to that book as we are traveling or other places. It becomes easy.
That's all. Very simple. It is a book in the form of an audio file. That's all. So in your mobile phone, if you have 1 GB space, you can just add some 20 audio books and keep listening on the go. So there is no tedium of reading involved. So you can keep listening. And from the learner's point of view, psychology says that listening as a learning activity is comparatively better than reading, because listening will get the content registered in the subconscious structures of the human mind. And whenever the situation warrants, it will surface. Okay, that is the idea. And maybe you can understand it better if I give an example. Maybe there was a song, a Hindi film song, 10 years back you listened. And at that time it was very popular. Maybe 100 times you would have listened to on the radio, television, many other places. And now, after 10 years, when the same song is played on the radio, you will start singing along with it. But you never attempted to memorize it. But continuous listening so many times, that got the content, that got the lines, the lyric registered in your mind. So when the opportunity comes, it surfaces, right? Okay, when the situation comes, it surfaces. So that is why, right, audiobooks can be good. And I will tell you, my dear friends, audiobooks can come with a lot of interactive features. For instance, sir, what is the subject you handle, sir, Dr. Melvin?
Life sciences, sir. Life sciences. Botany.
Okay, right, botany, right, bioscience, microbiology, biotechnology, life science. So let us say Dr. Melvin is seeing one interesting audiobook, something related to genetic coding, genetic engineering. The book is by an American author. Now Dr. Melvin will have a question. Sir, this is by an American author. And if this book I share with my students, how will they understand American English? Already genetic engineering is a tough subject. And this is by an American writer. How it will benefit them? I don't think it's a good learning resource. No, there is no need to think like that. Because when the audiobook starts playing, it will have options: British, American, Indian. And when the student chooses Indian, the book will be read out in an Indian voice, even though it is authored by an American. Okay. So, and that another advantage is there will be male, female, mixed. And if the boy chooses mixed, of course, there will not be a duet song there. But, you know, the first paragraph will go in male voice, second paragraph will go in female voice, a variety. There will be a menu, BGM, you select it, you check box. A mild musical background will be there, giving you a pleasant experience. More than all this, there is a menu to control the speed of the reading. Now, I go at a speed, it is now 4:15, 4:17. So maybe another 30 minutes. So if there is some time delay, my speed will go up. Okay. And the speed of my speech is not in your control. This is a teacher-centered model. I decide what I should speak next slide. I decide what speed I should maintain. Okay. So all these are teacher-centered models. Okay. And a simple ebook, a simple audiobook can come with user-friendly features. And this is a very interesting platform. And the next one I would like to talk about is bloggeries. Before talking about bloggeries, I hope you know about academic blogging. Yes, please. Any one of you? I don't know how many of you have an academic blog, but please, yeah, Sandeep Kumarji, can you? You're about to unmute, I think. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fine. I'm very happy that Sandeep, you have an academic blog. Please understand, my dear friends, there is a term we are using, academic blogosphere, a huge possibility. And academic blog, right? There's a kindly of Sandeep sir, mute your mic, sir. And please understand, a blog is a very, very simple personal web page for you. It's a personal website for you. And it is given to you free of cost. That's all. For instance, let us say Dr. Melvin wants to create a blog. So I'll show you the portal. So he goes to WordPress.com or blogger.com. Don't think that I'm doing any marketing for these fellows. I'm mentioning WordPress and I'm mentioning Blogger because these two are the most user-friendly blogging platforms. Okay. So you see, let us say Dr. Melvin goes to WordPress or he goes to Blogger, and there is a menu, create your blog in the middle. And here you see, get started, middle. So you see, click on it. And there will be, right, we welcome you to Blogger, we welcome you to WordPress. Would you like to create a blog? Right? Say yes. And it will be www.space.wordpress.com. That is fixed default. So after www. Before WordPress.com, what should go? That is the name of Melvin's website. So Melvin chooses lifesciencemelvin.wordpress.com. Okay, it goes like that. So it will check. Maybe when he gives the name of Melvin, it will say somebody else already has a blog. Because worldwide, people, several lakhs and crores of people are there with blogs. Sports blogs, film blogs, right? Music blogs, right? And plenty. So there is a possibility that somebody has a blog in the name of Melvin. So if he chooses lifesciencemelvin.wordpress.com, it will be naturally available, I think. So then it will again, a link will come to his mail ID, because we have to log in with the mail ID. Then if he verifies that mail, the next moment, parallel window, he opens up WordPress, it will say, congratulations, your site is ready. This is the URL of your site, www.lifesciencemelvin.wordpress.com. And he'll say, would you like to go to the dashboard? Yes. Go to the dashboard. There will be a menu with a pencil symbol, new post. Click on it and you start writing anything. Okay, today, let us say Melvin has handled a class related to some concept in animal behavior. So he enters subject line animal behavior and he writes something related to animal behavior. He can add a PPT, he can add a YouTube video, he can add a PowerPoint slide, he can add an audio file, he can record a video and attach the video there. All these things you can do. Previous year question paper, solved question paper, assignment topic, everything you can do. Whatever you will do with the website, you will do with the blog. Okay. And this one, bloggeries.com, globeofblogs.com, blogorama.com, these are all directories of blogs. How to help our students go to blogs. So they can come here, bloggeries.com, and they can straight away go to education, click open. All academic blogs will be available there. Links will be available. So there will be options, arts, social science, humanities, science. So science, they click. Agriculture to zoology, A to Z, the list will be there. So if they click on chemistry, it will take them to a place where all the chemistry blogs will be available as links. Maybe thousands of blogs will be available. Everything, each one, when they open, it will have several pages, several material, and lot other things. So blog-based teaching, blog-based learning is one innovative way of integrating ICT. So coming to podcasts. Podcasts are ready-made multimedia files available for free access. I have purposefully chosen Oxford University's podcasting platform, podcast.ox.ac.uk. I hope all of you see the small 2C symbol. Are you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is an indication that the contents available here are open content with a license. Okay. So my question here is, so we have Dr. Varsha. Are you there, Dr. Varsha? Dr. Varsha, are you there? Or any other English language teachers? Any other from the literature language teaching?
Yes, Hina from Urdu.
Yeah, Hina is there, right? Okay. So let us say Dr. Hina is teaching English language and literature. And this is Oxford University's portal. And there is a link, Staging Shakespeare. Varsha or Hina go here. They go here. Shakespearean drama, Shakespeare's first folio. So if they click open, maybe 10 or 15 videos related to Shakespearean theatre, Shakespearean drama, Shakespearean plays. Okay. And all these videos are from Oxford University, given by the so-called Oxford professors. And my question to Dr. Varsha is, when she is teaching Shakespearean drama to her students, why not she download these videos and play the videos for the students. After all, they are from Oxford and they are coming to you free. And you will be giving Oxford learning experience to your students in the campus without any expenditure for the student, for the parent, for you, and for the institution. And why should Varsha avoid doing it? Right? My question is not only to Varsha, it is for everyone. When
Yes,
such
sir, it's
work,
really beneficial.
yeah,
It is really beneficial.
yeah. My simple idea is that it is not that Dr. Varsha cannot deliver a lecture equal to that of an Oxford professor. No comparison here. But Oxford ultimately is the mecca for literature studies, language studies. So when you can directly provide that Oxford experience to a students, why not we attempt to do that? That is the idea. And the next one, if you see Wiki, and you have Wiki books, I am showing only one. Look at the slogan, open books for an open world. See, the world is an open world. Why should you keep the books closed in the almiras, right? In the libraries? They should be opened up. That is the idea. And Wiki books, plenty available. Computing, engineering, humanities, languages, mathematics, science, social science, plenty you will get. Right? Huge collection of books you will get, right? If you go to Wiki books. And latest edited, latest updated platform books available. And the next one, Khan Academy. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Khan Academy videos, but if you have school-going children, right, maybe 8th or 9th standard CBSE syllabus, they will know. I know that because most of the CBSE textbooks, they connect the text resources to two video platforms. Imagine if there will be a lesson. Let us say there is a lesson right here, a printed lesson related to chemical bonding, related to photosynthesis. And the bottom right corner, there will be a QR code. And if the student scans that QR code, it will take him or it will take her to either Diksha platform or Khan Academy platform.
Yes.
There is another portal, Diksha, where beautifully created, very creative, and very high quality learning videos are available. You see here in the printed page, the student will read and understand chemical bonding. And when he clicks, when he scans this QR code, he or she will experience chemical bonding. Because in front of the eyes on the screen, they will see chemical bonding happening. I hope you understand the difference between these two. Reading and understanding chemical bonding and experiencing chemical bonding. That is what we call as experiential learning. Okay. And the Khan Academy mostly is connected to school level, sometimes first year UG level. And higher level you want, Cosmo Learning is the place. It's a beautiful platform, right? You see here, Cosmo Learning is a free educational website for students and teachers. See here, subjects, video, all video, no text, nothing, only video content. Astronomy, biology, chemistry, computer science, geology, mathematics, paleontology, physics, engineering, plenty, right? Okay. All only video contents. And this one, right? This is MIT OCW. See, dear friends, there cannot be a talk on OER without mentioning MIT OCW, because MIT was the first institution in the world to start the idea of open content. Okay, so MIT OCW, what you will get, right? A lot of e-resources, a lot of digital resources with open license, but with a difference. So let us say, again, I will take the example of some teachers here. Dr. Melvin is here. Melvin teaches life science. So let us say, July onwards, he has to handle an elective course to the MSc life science students. or BSc Botany final year students, something on protein synthesis, something on genetic engineering. Okay. If Melvin goes to ocwmit.edu, he can search for the content with keywords, genetic engineering. So he identifies one course on genetic engineering held at MIT, the so-called MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. One scientist at MIT campus has conducted a course on genetic engineering last year or last semester or last trimester. And Melvin can download the entire bundle of resources as a courseware. And a courseware is always a bundle. The bundle will consist of syllabus, lecture notes, PPTs, recorded videos of all the 40 lectures given by the scientist, assignment questions, quiz questions, sometimes the term end question paper with key. So Melvin downloads the entire courseware. Melvin, which college are you in? Where is it located? Dr. Melvin, are you there? Okay. Anyway, where is Dr. Melvin coming from? Which college is any others? Any others? Any others? Is it the same institution?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Melvin.
St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, Mangalore, Karnataka.
Okay, great, right? So, I hope you remember, were listening to the example I was giving.
Right.
OCW. So, you
Right.
see what happens. Dr. Melvin uses MIT OCW for the entire semester in St. Aloysius campus at Mangalore. And he facilitates learning of genetic engineering. So you see, it is Mangalore, it is St. Aloysius campus, but the students get MIT learning experience entire semester without moving away from Mangalore, without paying in dollars to MIT. This is the idea of open courseware. And the entire semester, it is MIT learning experience. So when that is possible, what prevents Dr. Melvin from doing this? The St. Aloysius institution doesn't spend any money. The students do not spend any money. Parents do not spend any money. Dr. Melvin also doesn't spend any money. Maybe a few rupees, right? A small money for data you will spend for searching content, for downloading. Okay, that also our institutions give free Wi-Fi. It's okay, right? That is the point. See, it is not a question to Dr. Varsha nor a question to Dr. Melvin. It is a question to every teacher. The point that I want to drive home is simple. World-class learning, the opportunities for world-class learning can be given to our students if we switch over to this type of open content models, what we call as open pedagogical practices. And this is Coursera, edX. I think most of you know. Two most popular MOOC providing platforms of the world. Why most popular? Because the connecting universities, Pennsylvania, Johns Hopkins, Michigan, San Diego, Duke, Harvard, Berkeley, Texas, Queensland, the best of the best universities are available here, offering their courses free of cost at your doorsteps, or even, to be put it very precisely, at your fingertips. At the click of a mouse, all are available. And this is SWAYAM. I think we all know, we have already started integrating SWAYAM MOOCs into our curriculum. We have a credit transfer policy. We have an academic bank of credits where a student can earn a credit for a SWAYAM MOOC and acquire there. But all these are in place. Please understand, my dear friends, SWAYAM is a huge achievement. See, along with us, many countries started the idea of online courses. But we have on board today a dedicated indigenous MOOC providing platform for Indian students by Indian teachers. And we have on board at least some 6,000 to 7,000 courses, which is a huge achievement. And dear friends, I think I'm left with another 10, 15 minutes. The next 5 or 6 platforms are all Indian platforms, and they are meant for Indian students. They are created by Government of India, of course, collaboratively with state governments and other agencies of higher learning. And they are meant for Indian institutions. Look at this, National Digital Library of India, NDL of India. I earlier talked about the American Library of Congress, and this one is Indian government's online digital public library. And you know, today, the number of resources, the number of learning resources available on NDL India is 115 million learning resources. Can you believe? An Indian portal with 115 million learning resources facilitating to students and research scholars of the country. But please understand, my dear friends, reports say that NDL of India is a grossly underutilized resource. Okay. And it is not effectively utilized by students. If it is not effectively utilized by students, if it is underutilized, in a way, you are responsible for it, I am responsible for it. Don't mistake me for being open. Okay? You are also responsible. I am also responsible. Because we have not proactively looked into the platform. We have not gone there and looked into the content available there. We have not gone there, identified the content, and we have not designed an assignment for our students based on the content available here. We have not given an activity to our students based on some content available here. How do you think it will go to them? Please understand, the objective of the government's initiatives like this is to reach out to the last student in the last village of the country. If it is not reaching out to that level, the missing link is predominantly a teacher. And of course, next level, the institution, no doubt. Okay. I request you to go and see, look at the content available, CBSE, JEE, NEET, JAM, GATE, NET, law, management, literature, humanities, science, engineering, scholarly publications, data sets, documents and videos, journals and conferences, ideas and funding schemes, right? Startup, challenges, plenty. I request you to kindly see and share. This is, look at this, I thought I didn't have the screenshot. I recently taken one screenshot. NDL, range of contents, you see 115 million contents. Okay. And an institution like St. Aloysius University, you are a deemed university, Dr. Melvin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any college for that matter, no need to be a university. Any of you can request NDL to create what is called an institutional digital repository. You see here, IDR integrated. Institutional digital repository. Okay. That means NDL will create a space for your college. And your college students can go there and get the material. And your college teachers can upload all their PPTs, PDFs, lecture notes, previous year question papers, solved question papers, all this. If you go to Cochin University, they have an institutional repository, duty. Just one day before the exam, students will go there and download all the material, previous year question paper, solved question papers, right? All that, okay? Like that, institutional repositories can be created. And look at this Ministry of Education's One India, One Digital platform. School level, undergraduate level, postgraduate learning platform, summer internship, robotics competition, ideas competition, form setup, resource development, lots of funding they give for students. Small funds, 10,000, 8,000, 15,000, 12,000, maybe a small money for you, but for students' project, it's a big money. Kindly popularize this with students. This is NCERT, right? They have an e-Pathshala. They have an e-electronic Pathshala. Students can log in, teachers can log in, trainers can log in, parents can log in, and there are a lot of e-resources. See audios, videos, interactives, images, maps, plenty. Sir, I am not a school teacher, sir. I am a PG teacher. Yes, you have e-PG Pathshala. You have an electronic postgraduate Pathshala, a gateway to all postgraduate courses. Huge content. If you go MA, MSc, MCom, MBA, right? All the contents, right, related to the 5 units of each course. If you choose MSc Chemistry and you go to Organic Chemistry, the entire 5-unit syllabus of the Organic Chemistry course will be available here in 4-quadrant model. Like SWAYAM. SWAYAM material will be in 4-quadrant. Like that, it will be available here. 1 quadrant, text resources, PDF. Another quadrant, the same content available as another quadrant, web-based learning resources. The 4th quadrant for self-check activities, quizzes, and assignments, like that. So, yeah. And the next one I would like to highlight is the CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication. This is again a huge platform offering UG level non-science engineering and technology courses. Science engineering technology, there is a separate one. This is non-science engineering and technology mostly. And this is NPTEL for science, engineering and technology. Probably some of you know. IIT Madras is the coordinating agency. The interesting fact about NPTEL courses is that most of the courses have foreign students taking the courses here. It is not that our students go to edX and Coursera and take courses from Michigan State University, foreign universities. Here, students from Germany, Canada, Australia, they take courses here in India. Okay. And look at this. This is Priyanka, madam, can you mute your mic, please, for a while? Yeah. So this is Talk to a Teacher, right? IIT Bombay's site. If you go to the menu Courses on View, you see here, Courses on View comprises of courses taught by IIT Bombay faculty that have been recorded live in the classroom. Can you believe this? Right? Live recording from the classrooms, laboratories of IIT Bombay, and directly streamed to anybody. Any student of science, engineering, technology can learn straight from IIT Bombay. It is not a question where they are sitting, which college are they admitted, which college are they paying fee, no questions. What they will miss without going to IIT Bombay, they can get it here. That's all, right? So this is FOSSEE, free and open source software in engineering education. Lots and lots of free and open source software for facilitating the learning of science subjects, engineering and technology. And this is virtual laboratories, right? You have lots and lots of virtual laboratories for practicals. The students can do their practicals in a virtual laboratories. If there is a zoology student, he or she wants to do a practical on frog dissection, there is no need to kill a frog. Whatever he will do with a frog on a zoology table, zoology lab table, he or she can do it on the screen because there is a virtual frog dissection software available. There will be a knife, there will be a scissors, there will be forceps. All this will be there. If the student clicks on the knife, it will come and stand here. And pushing the control menu, and if he moves forward the cursor, it will cut open the skin and blood will ooze out. All will be happening. Only smell will not be there. For smell, they have to go to the zoology lab. Okay. So you see, there is a concept called mastery learning. A student can master frog dissection without killing a single frog. 100 times he can do the dissection. This is spoken tutorial. So lots and lots of software for which tutorials are available in 55 Indian languages. Hindi, Karnataka, Malayalam, right? Tamil, even Kongani, right, is brought in, right? So we have plenty of things available. And this is Swayam Prabha, a part of Swayam. And this is a bouquet of DTH channels, 24/7 video lessons, multimedia content, discussions, debates, plenty guidance lessons, plenty going on. Each channel for a specific domain. Channel 11 mechanical, channel 12 civil, channel 13 computer, channel 16 humanities. Like that, you have 40 channels, right, available for you. And this is Vidya Mitra. Vidya Mitra is an integrated e-content portal. Whatever we have been seeing from Swayam, all available in a single place. Okay. So without going to all these platforms, single place, you can access all this. And this is UGC This is University Grants Commission's e-resource platform meant for arts and science colleges. And earlier, chairman used to speak a lot about this portal, how it is going to become a large e-resource portal. It is happening, right? And this is NEET, the last one in the Indian category, NEAT, National Educational Alliance for Technology. You see here, the tagline, the slogan or the motto is personalized learning using the best education technology from the industry. Industry here refers to Google, Microsoft, Intel, Wipro, right? Or Novell, IBM, all these. The so-called big IT giants, they are all brought into the fold of, right, academics. Maybe another 4 or 5 years, every one of you in your campus will be working with a Google team. Some department will work with a Microsoft team. Another department will work with an Intel team. That is how industry institution collaboration is going to be implemented. Ultimately, for providing individualized learning, personalized learning to our students. Okay. So, dear friends, I am left with another 5 minutes or 6 minutes. I will highlight simply 4 AI tools, because see, in 2025 June month, I am delivering a talk on technology. So we cannot avoid AI, but at the same time, if you allow me, maybe the whole night I can provide you a demo on AI. Right, whole night we can keep on demonstrating. So I'm not going deep into it. I will introduce 4 categories of AI tools. One category, lesson planning tools. See, there are hundreds of categories which are multidisciplinary, linked to cross platforms. I am talking about only AI tools in the context of education. One segment is lesson planning. Eduaid.ai is a very good tool for lesson plan generation. For instance, let us say there is Dr. Praveen G. Sir, what do you teach, sir? What's your subject, sir?
History, sir.
History he is teaching. So let us say Dr. Praveen goes to eduaid.ai and he chooses the subject history, and he enters, there will be a question, what is the subsection? And he chooses, right, medieval history. And then there will be a text box where he can copy the unit 1 syllabus and paste it there and generate a lesson plan. It will provide 2 or 3 lesson plans. Which one you are comfortable, you take, go and teach, right? So it will give you a lesson plan. It will give you what resources are required for implementing the lesson plan, all that. Okay. But if you want, sir, lesson plan is okay, sir, but we need lessons also. Yes, you have a platform like alina.us, ALAYNA, alina.us. See, in my experience of working with, it is not working with, learning AI, that's all. See, nobody under the sun today can claim himself or herself as an AI expert. Nothing like that. Nobody is an AI expert. All are learning. Maybe we are learning at a little higher level. Some of you may be learning at the beginning level. That's all. Okay. And alina.us is one portal. In fact, the best portal for teaching learning resources. It will give you lots and lots of content, right? In plenty of ways. It will give you lesson plans. It will give you lessons. It will give you learning resources. It will give you MCQs. It will give you true or false questions. It will give you matching questions. It will give you fill in the blank questions. It will give you summary. It will give you quizzes. It will give you games for teaching that. All that will be available. And the next one is question well. I thought maybe if time permits, I'm left with it is 51 only. I will take you to question well and show you at least one. Before that comes, I thought I will. The next. Bharat, Dr. Bharat ji, can you?
Dr. Bharat, please. Dr. Bharat. Dr. Bharat. Dr. Bharat, can you hear me?
कितना कौन सा साल चल रहा तुम्हारा अभी?
Dr. Bharat.
इतना टाइम क्यों लगाएगी?
Dr. Bharat, please.
5 साल से पहले नहीं.
Dr. Bharat, please mute your mic.
Okay. So, and the next tool, the last one, is this is a Chrome extension, Brisk Teaching. Brisk Teaching is a Chrome extension. If you add that plugin to the Chrome browser, it will take care of. It will take care of a lot of the administrative work we do, the clerical work, the attendance marking, the mark analysis, the entry of all these things. It will automatically take care. Brisk teaching. That is why you see the slogan, teaching is irreplaceable. For the rest of your workload, there is brisk. And coming to.
आप बस भी जाएं भाई जरा. नीचे है ना आपका जो लिस्ट में नाम जाएगा नीचे जाएगा.
I think now multiple mics are on. Yeah, Dr. Nandi Garia, can you mute your mic? Okay. So, are you seeing the screen question well now?
Yes, sir.
And so let me see. I will go to try it now for free forever. So I'm just giving this option. It says try it now. It is free. And
Nandi madam, please.
Yeah, Dr. Varsha Singh, you have raised your hand. You can unmute and speak since the site is opening.
No, sir, no question, sir. You continue.
Okay.
It's just by mistake.
So let us see, it's coming. So this is a beautiful platform for creating question papers. So you see here, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
And you see,
Yes, sir.
I will zoom in. So look at this. There are some preset default settings. Get 10 questions. You can take it as 5, 20, or 30. What type of questions? Multiple choice, short answer, fill in the blank, true, false, multiple select, all this. So now, what is the language of the question paper required? English. Then what level the question paper you want to create? College level. So can someone give me some topic from your subject? Questions about what content we want? Any one of you? Any one of you, please.
Ancient history, sir.
What is that, sir?
Ancient history.
Ancient history. Should we make it as ancient history of India?
Yes.
Okay, then we make it. Let us be specific. Then you see here, for more control, you can manually do all this. See now, Sir is telling ancient history of India. If I give the generate option, it will generate from its own sources. But now, Sir wants to make it clear, Sir, I don't want simply a question paper. I have some 15-page material with me. I want to generate a question paper from there. You can add the file here. You can add the PDF here. You can add a website here. You can add a video here. And you can align the standard scale levels you can fix. And all this you can do in additionally. So let us say we have set 10 questions, multiple choice questions related to ancient history of India in English at the college level. So now I am generating questions. See, friends, please make note. This is happening right in front of you. I am not showing anything from my PPT. This will happen for you also, right? So some of you have started thinking, sir, now only you have started talking something useful to us, right? Okay, very immediately of use, right? We can easily create question papers just like that. In a fraction of seconds, you create, you can create question papers. And the most important aspect of this portal, Question Well, is that it will give you very scientifically developed questions, MCQ, especially if it is MCQ. Simply not picked up from somewhere. The questions are really good questions and aligned to K levels. And Question Well platform will come with some options. You can edit the questions. See, you are the subject teacher and you know your students better. You know your subject better. So you can edit the question paper as you want. Okay. And other question generators will not allow you to edit, but Question will allow you to edit. And the next thing is, so now it has come. So Professor, you have shown ancient history of India. See the reading material available. Sir, dear participants, are you seeing my screen, Question Well screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here the reading material, introduction, the Indus Valley Civilization, then characteristics of the Indus Valley Civilization, urban planning, drainage system, trade, economy, Vedic period, then analogy of society, right? Then it goes to achievements of the Maurya Empire, examples of Ashoka's influence, Gupta Empire, cultural growth, all this. Okay. And come this side, you have the learning outcomes. You know, the K levels. Remember, understand, analyze, apply, right? You know, analyze the key characteristics and contributions of the Indus Valley Civilization like that. You see, all the learning outcomes are listed here. Come down, the questions. What was the key feature of the urban planning in the Indus Valley Civilization? Cities had grid layouts with wide streets. Now, you can put your cursor here and edit if you want to change. If you want to change the question or if you want to change the distractor, anything you can edit. And come down, very importantly, see here, I am taking the cursor here, this particular question, this is what is the learning outcome expected? Okay. This question is aligned to which learning outcome? And the next one, this is what Bloom's taxonomy level. Is it understanding type or application type or remember type? What? Then It is what type of question? Is it related to core concepts or it is related to an applied part? All that comes here. So now you select items. You want one item selected. If you are happy with all the 10 items, then you select all the 10. Okay. And there are options. Export. In a second, you can convert it into a question paper. Right? Just give here. Export. Right? Okay. It will just convert, right, into a question paper. Saving in progress, please wait. That's why it says it is. If you give the option print, you can get it printed as a PDF and other thing. So there was a problem saving your question set. So maybe there is some issue with the network. But otherwise, it normally takes in a minute or so. When you give the option export, yeah, it comes here. See here, you can convert that into a Microsoft Word file. You can convert it into a Google form. You can convert it into a Microsoft form, Blackboard quizzes, Schoology, right? Brightspace, any platform, Moodle platform. Or if you have an LMS in your campus, you can export it to that space also. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends, what technologies can do to teachers. So there are a lot of things technologies can help. And as I told you, all these are open educational resources. They are open AI. Open means, I already told you, it is all about free. No money, no registration. You saw right in front of you. Did I do any registration in Question Well? Did I give my password, username? Nothing. Just I go, select my subject, generate a question paper, come out. Okay, and that is what is the thing. So let me now come to the conclusion. I'm writing, it's already 5:02. So I always end my ICT talks with this person, Alvin Toffler. One of the greatest writers of the 20th century. He wrote a very, very popular book, The Future Shock. A very great book where he writes this. So in 21st century, who is going to be an illiterate? A person who cannot learn, a person who cannot unlearn, and a person who cannot relearn something in a revised context. They will become illiterates. As a teacher, it is the moral responsibility of every one of us to learn new things, to unlearn certain old things, and relearn something in a revised context. I always give the example of a bus conductor. See, when you board a public transport system, a government bus, you will see a bus conductor standing with a handheld ticketing machine. Okay. A digital ticketing machine. The very same bus conductor was earlier with colorful tickets, writing accounts with a wooden pen or a ballpoint pen. Now, he has unlearned that practice and he has learned the practice of generating a digital printout. Maybe after some years, after 1 or 2 years, the machines will malfunction, the battery will drain, a new machine with a new software, more advanced one, will be given. And the bus conductor will relearn. I'm not underestimating a bus conductor's role, but when a bus conductor is learning, unlearning, and relearning, to what extent you and I should be doing this, I leave it to your better wisdom. You know your field, you know the context we are placed, and you know better, right, what should be learning. And if you think, my dear friends, we have some time. Okay, sir, AI has now come only recently it has come. Let us wait and watch. Let us see how it is going to come, right? Like that. Unfortunately, you don't have time. This is what Langian philosophy, right? Even before we realize that the present is in front of us, okay, it will slip away from you, right? So that is what is the problem. So all that I would appeal to you is this evening, after some coffee and snacks, or this night after some dinner, do something with these technologies, do something with these tools. Then I think you will see the technology integration happening. That is what is my appeal to all of you, dear friends. I would like to thank you all here. Just mentioning only one important thing. There is a proverbial statement in American business. That is, we have to do today's jobs with today's tools. If you do today's jobs with yesterday's tools, you may be out of business tomorrow. Okay. So whatever I have shown is a little bit of the tools of the day. So explore this, learn, find resources, then implement. When you are convinced that yes, it will lead to my students learning better, then implement it. So what I will suggest is we will dispense with the vote of thanks, because already it is 5:10, 5:15 nearly. So the best way to thank me is to do something with these technologies and resources. So there I stop, and I am available to you for further discussions synchronously, asynchronously, right? You can feel free to interact. And I stop my presentation here, and it is over to the organizing team for bringing the session to a close. And dear friends, if I have given you something from my experience for your reflections today, then I think the purpose of the invitation, right, and the purpose of my joining here will be served. So thank you, all of you. Right, it's over to the organizing team. Right?
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Sir, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Good, sir. Please conclude, good, sir, madam.
Dr. Varsha, you have to unmute.
Sorry, sir. Okay. Teaching becomes more interactive, more participatory, and more involving and engaging through ICT tools. So now, I am delighted to have been given the pleasant duty of delivering the vote of thanks this evening. Now, on behalf of organizing committee, Government PG College Kotdwar, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. S. Senthilnathan, who has informed all of us about the significance of ICT, information and communication technology in teaching and learning. No doubt, online learning platforms and digital resources enable students to access high-quality education regardless of location, promoting global connectivity and cross-cultural learning. So, sir, you have really enlightened all of us with such an informative and perspective lecture. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
On
Thank you
behalf
all.
of
Thank you, sir.
Government PG College Kotdwar, Devbhoomi, Uttarakhand, and evening, I
Thank you, sir.
for
Thank
very
you.
informative session. Thank you, sir. See you
Thank
again.
you.
And
Thank
sir,
you
you
very
have really motivated us.
Thank
You
Great,
have
you.
really
Thank you, sir.
motivated us.
Fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. My best wishes to all of you. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Professor Senthilnathan, thank you very much. Thanks
Yeah,
a lot
thank
for
you.
your time.
Yeah,
Same,
pleasure.
we all really delighted to hear you.
Oh, fine. Thank you. It's a pleasure.